Gokuraku, my glorious, juicy, handsome king, I'm going to need some upscale. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil. Fun fact, I to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. Yeah, fun fact. I mean, like, you, me, and the person behind you all know what time it is. It's Ichi the Witch time, and you know that means we gotta read that. And I'm excited. I'm excited. Notably, this arc has been like insane. Like, you know what though? Funnily enough, I can say it. There are two reasons this review took so long. One, because I was just busy on Sunday and I had to record each other review first, and like that took a whole time of the day. Like, it was a mess. That's what happens. That's why I always try to bulk record on Sunday. Don't have to worry about it later out throughout the week. But the second reason this review took so long is very specifically because I wanted to get fully caught up on Osamu Nishi's other series, Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun. I am fully caught up on that now. All 400, I believe, 24 chapters of it. Fully caught up. I'm all fully caught up on all 31 chapters of the Iru other side, by Hirutoja Sensei. Like, I'm fully caught up on that as well. The last one I need to catch up on is the other, I think it's by Osamu Nishi Sensei as well. We are the main characters of Babbles, I think. Like, that's the... Oh, no! Oh, sorry about that. But that is, like, the last one I need to catch up on. That's, like, a couple hundred chapters. I'm gonna eat that, too. I'm gonna eat that, too. But now that I've done that, I feel like I have a better understanding of Ichi the Witch just because of how cracked and amazing and legendary and juicy the character writing is in those two series. And one of them's not even, like, fully written by Osamu Nishi Sensei as far as I know. That's, like, Hirutoji and But regardless, I've consumed Peak. The not even the original Peak, because Ichi, not Ichi the Witch. No, this is still ongoing. Iruma-kun is still going. I feel like we're not even, like, we may be a third of the way into that, like, Osamu Nishi says he's making a One Piece, dog. Like, that manga, don't be shocked if it appears on the channel when something ends. Once a certain manga ends, it may just pop up, because I love that manga too. But, all that aside, let's don't waste more time. Let's hop right into chapter 60. I was looking for the chapter real hard. I was like, I know I saw it. Chapter 63 of Ichi the Witch of the Sky, which is known as the Rat. Meets the Kizashi brothers. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can go in order. Eldest, Speedy, the fastest. Personality, confident, impulsive. Second brother, Muscles, the strongest. The strongest. Personality, obliging. Not too bright. Oh, why? I wish he was this part. I get why. You know, it is an archetype. It, like, to be fair, this is made by Kizashi, but it's still kind of crazy that he can just do this. Cool though. He knew he could, and he did. Let's see. Third brother, Gloomy. The nastiest. Personality, miserable. Jealous. Well, I'm assuming... There's the last... Okay. But real quick. I didn't even notice with the brothers we saw last chapter that it didn't actually add up. Like, the remaining lives that Kizashi had and the remaining lives that... Or all the lives that are distributed between these guys. I didn't even realize that there was another Ted missing. But now I see the seventh brother, Pooh, who just... Pooh? He's probably gonna be the one that's gonna succeed somehow. Like, he's gonna probably do damage to somebody because he's so tiny, people are not gonna miss him or not gonna be able to see him. But all that being the case, I'm assuming all of these are meant to be reflections of Kizashi himself, right? Like, meet the Kizashi brothers. I'm assuming Speedy is meant to just represent literally, you know, Kizashi's raw speed and how, like, fast-paced he is just as an individual. Muscles is meant to represent, you know, how swole Kizashi is relative to a lot of other Monjiks and just a lot of other beings in the universe. Gloomy is meant to represent these, like, sadder and dark and more isolated side of Kizashi, which does exist. It's just that it really gets to be shown off because he's with our current cast right now. He's with people, so he's fucks a little bit. Let's see. Hold on, let me read the rest before I, like, go through the rest of these comparisons. I was about to say, like, is this something that that along? But I can't really say so. But it just seems to be, like, seven separate characters. Let's see. Stretch, the longest. Personality, bashful but can't hide. No matter how they try. They're too long. That's gotta suck. I mean, like, they were just born. Like, I don't know. This is interesting. It's like if the Cell Juniors got names and personalities, even though they only existed for, like, 5 seconds. Let's see. Fifth brother, Teeny. The cutest. Personality, cheerful, friendly, like cute things. Namely themselves. Okay. I'll do sixth brother Chong. Why? I'm telling you, somebody should say. Now that, like, it's crazy. I literally just read Iruma-kun. I want to reread the whole thing. I want to reread the whole thing again. like I feel like now that I have context from the latest couple chapters, I'm like I need to go reread and like look at earlier stuff again now because like now I have more and like even the spin-off has now like given me new concept or new context questions for the main but all that aside, this calling him Chonk really fits with someone who says his writing style now that I know it. Let's see. Chonk, the heaviest personality, slow and steady, wins the race. Chonk just like me, for real. Maybe like, Pencil, don't you think you're muscles? I'm not muscles, I am Chonk. But let's see. And then seventh brother, Pooh. He's gonna blow something up. He's going to be the problem. I'm telling you, something's gonna happen with Pooh. It's gonna just drastically explode. I'm saying this because a kind of similar thing happened in Rubicon, but under very different circumstances. But with it being the case, obviously Stretch is meant to imply, or not even really imply, but like show off like Kizashi's nature, right? Like no matter what Kizashi does, he can't hide. He's so strong and so powerful that his presence is just immediately given away whenever he shows up. Teeny, I think notably Teeny kind of works in two ways. Teeny because Kizashi actually is relatively small, especially for what, like like a squid. Like he actually is kind of small. And two, it is the idea that he's cheerful, friendly, likes cute things, but namely himself, right? Like Kizashi likes people, but he likes himself and doing things by himself, of himself. He can't even begin to fathom or consider other people's opinions unless they're like drastically stronger than him and tell him to do things. Because we still don't have any context for relationship with World Hater. Please. Yeah, I need context. But then Chonk, the heaviest personality, slow and steady, wins the race. That, unironically, I'm not even saying Kizashi himself is Chonk. I'm thinking this is meant to be a representation of how Kizashi is, like, very stubborn. Slow and steady wins the race, doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Like, that's what last chapter was about, right? The idea that Kizashi has been pestering Chrono the same way for all these years and hasn't given up because only he thinks he's going to win. And the same case is here. So Chonk, slow and steady wins the race is accurate. And then Pooh being Pooh, I'm not sure. Pooh. What's the analogy here? Other than, like, I guess maybe the analogy is, like, it's meant to represent how Kizashi is unexpected. Like, you wouldn't expect much from Kizashi upon first seeing him, but he has this, like, unbelievable level of power. If I had to hazard a guess for all seven. But enough analyzing these characters who are probably going to get bummed in the next couple chapters. Let's see. Speedy, the eldest Kizashi brother as well. Speedy. Well named. He is called the fastest. Not the strongest. That's muscles. But the fastest. Let's see. Brothers, I'm going ahead. Leave this to me. Nah. Like, that's the thing, though. There's such a large gap. Well, no. It was broken out last chapter. A lot of people did explain, though, it was maybe a case of that the gap between they're such and such far away and the gap of the end of the chapter are actually two separate gaps. Like, essentially, a lot of the actual chase was off screen. So, Kizashi and Chrono were actually a lot closer to Gokuraku and crew than we thought. It didn't look like they were moving all too much. It didn't look like that. But we just didn't see, like, Kizashi boom all the way down there. So they're closer. And it's not entirely a plot. That was, like, my one question / issue with the last chapter. I'm like, the timeline doesn't make sense from the timeline you set up right at the start of this chapter. But people point out, and it wouldn't be the first time that, you know, occasionally, you aren't going to show, like, the full chase. Especially considering how many miles need to be covered. Let's see. Oh. Is that meant to be Pooh, or is that meant to be their hood? I think it's meant to be Pooh. Interesting that they don't have hoods, though. Now that I'm actually looking at them, none of them seem to have the same hood that the main Kizashi has. They just all have their heads. But it looks like Pooh is... Where is he? There he is. It looks like Pooh is right here, just... as he's being dragged along. So I still think he's going to do something crazy. Let's see. Leave this to me. Brother! Is this like... For all intents and purposes, I mean, I guess, like, King is also gendered. But I'm thinking, like, is this the first gendered manga? Because, like, so far, we've had, like, some masc, some femme-presenting mangas. Though admittedly more masc than femme. I'm trying to think of, like... Actually, maybe it's a bit more balanced. It's a bit more balanced. Because, like, all the major name ones seem to be masc, except for Uruashi? Because Inazuri read as masc to me. Uro obviously reads as masc to me. I'll admit, like... World Hater definitely seems like almost non-binary, but still kind of reads as masc to me. I'm not sure. That may just be like, hi, I'm male. I have a bias. But like, Bakugami also read as masc. Hitsugi reads as masc. Like despite like very, very pretty masked men. Or very pretty masked, like, presenting, but like, still. masculine. But we still do have like a lot of, well, not a lot of, but some Desugas and Magic appear femme. Like I'd say Ding Dong. I keep forgetting its name. Iskandar, that one. Yatsugami just, it seems like a thread dragon, so I can't tell, gender neutral. So interesting that they're calling each other brother. Like, I guess they're just the fact that they're called brothers at all. So I guess that implies that Kizashi at least views himself and his like little creations / family here as male, seemingly. Or well, then again, you know, admittedly though, I only call my female friends brother to range me. So like, I'm like, looking good, brother, and they're like, if I could reach your neck, I would strangle you. And then I remind them they could reach my neck. You're not that short, but you're not gonna be able to do anything. Let's see. I'm gonna zip down the woman's throat and explode. Oh! Can you say that in Manga? Somebody said that's correct. I mean that's a way to get rid of the baby, I guess. All right. For Kizashi, go get him, brother. You can do it, brother. If I didn't have context, I'd be like, oh, we must be... Well, no. Admittedly, Speedy saying, I'm going to zip down the woman's throat and explode the baby's eye. Like, there's no context where I hear that. I'm like, oh, that's good. But, like, you cut that out and you just hear, for Kizashi! And you hear his brother's cheering him on. You're like, oh, he must be the good guy. No. No, in fact, he's not. Let's see. While Kizashi himself can swim at 310 miles per hour, Speedy can reach speeds of 373 miles per hour. Oh! Really? Huh, I mean, that's actually kind of great, but cool. So, Speedy's even faster than full-form Kizashi. So, it's a little bit different from the Cell Juniors, because the Cell Juniors are, like, essentially just meant to literally be little copies of Cell, and apparently they are, like, near or exactly on his level. Meanwhile, these Kizashi clones, they seem to have buffs and nerfs and benefits that the main one doesn't. This one's faster. Not by much, because, Kizashi's max speed was 310, so... it's, like, maybe... like 33% increase, but still good enough. Let's see. Speedy can reach speeds of 373 miles per hour. Yep, and they're right there. They zinged off on a super fast solo charge. I mean, yeah. Why? I mean, I'm not gonna say why wait for your brother to why wait for your brother to. If you can get active, get active. But let's see. Okay, Gokuraku, we're gonna need you to close up. Like we have, unfortunately. If Manga did not end the way I initially thought it was, we get him Magic. Gokuraku, you're gonna have to hard carry, dog. Because Ichi's out, he's the only other hard carry, and then Minerva and Kabuki are just not fighters. Alright! Let's see. Yes! Found them! Caught up to them! First, kill the woman! Kill the wench who searched... Wait, nope. Wrong word. Seduced Kizashi's best bud! So, like how do... I don't know. It's always, like... If I did have a cloning ability, I do wonder, one, how my clones would feel about me. And two, like, even if it was, like, this kind of cloning ability, where it's, like, you know, they're individual sentient pieces of me, I still don't know how I felt about that. Like, or, like, what would that existence be like? Being like, oh, yeah, I know you created me, I am slightly different from you, but you still are my genetic base. Like, that's gotta be so weird. It's weird to think about. Because, like, these things are saying, they're, like, treating Kizashi as if he's separate from them, which I suppose he is. They do have names, like, beliefs and personality, but, like, you're just Kizashi's legs. Give it like a little bit of juice, dog. I don't know why you are so invested in this. Other than it's literally his purpose. Like Ali. Let's see. I'll blow you and everyone into a watery grave. Speedy. Here's the X button. Blah blah blah. Let's see. Oh, that is crazy. He did manage to catch up and then immediately leaps into the air. I'm assuming this is Kamugi and who was in front? Was it Sammy or Minerva? I think it was Sammy. Let's see. Oh nope, never mind. Sammy was in fact not friend. She was fine. All right. So wait, is Kamugi try? Is that Kamugi? We love upscale, even if it's barely upscale at all. We love Kamugi Drive. Look at her. She's guiding it. Aw. I mean, like, none of them look happy to see him. Kabuki, though, I'll give her credit. She's locked in. Like, she's obviously sweating, but she's locked in. Minerva's like, in fact, Minerva, you may actually want to close your mouth. He's gonna. You may want to not do that. You may want to, like, seal it up real quick. And meanwhile, Sammy's like, are we fried? But to be fair, they can see the future. So probably not. Let's see. Wait, 3 women. Oh, that's good. He was able to recognize all of them. Let's see. Wait, 3 women. Which one is it? You know what though? I guess that is a good question. Like, how much do they know? The Modrics and their like level of info, like there's, I've gone to this time and time again. Modrics and their level of information relative to their creation and just in general is so weird. Like, I guess technically though, it makes sense because Kizashi had never seen Minerva as far as we know. He just knew she existed. But like obviously Minerva was like in the armor and hiding when Kizashi came out the first time on the ship when our cast and crew got there because, you know, danger, presumably from Kizashi. But in this case, it's kind of funny. Like, does he even know what being pregnant looks like? Because like Minerva is heavily pregnant, especially in comparison to the 2 stick women. I was like, no offense to Kabuki and Jiggy and Sammy / Jizurone, but they're bone. They're skin and bone. But I guess with the cloaks and Jizurone being behind and all that, and possibly just a genuine non-knowledge of pregnancy, I guess he would be confused. I'd probably be confused too. Let's see. Wait, 3 women. But I mean, like, it's gonna sound a little bit morbid. No, you got like a limited supply or something. Why don't you just boom them all? Why don't you just get a 3-peat right here? Like not double, triple kill. Like, I'm not saying I would do it, but I am asking why you aren't. Let's see. Which one is it? I don't know how. It didn't even click for me that he would be. Where did he come? Oh, maybe Kabuki isn't driving. Maybe Gokuraku. But wait, is he flying? Is he flying before Ichi can fly? What? Okay. Golly. Yo. I get it, the speed is likely probably pretty small, but you know how crazy it is for someone to just grip up the back? Like, this is something that doesn't happen to me, like, ever or that often when it did when I was young, because I've always had, like, a humongous head ever since I popped up my mom. But that doctor was, like, confused, like, his head's kind of swollen. And then my mom was like, it runs in the family. And he was like, oh, it runs in the family. And then the doctor measured her head, saw how big her head was relative to her body. He was like, oh, yeah, he's your son, all right. So, like, I always had a big head. So whenever I've been, like, domed, it hasn't happened in forever. But still, the insane disrespect to literally get the back of your dome gripped up. And he is feeding for it. Look at that face. Look at that. This is not a safe space, and you do not have a safe word, Speedy. I think. Let's see. But, yeah. He's still okay, so he's still connected to the comet, or like the fused comet here, but he's flying, or at least like he's got the shadow hover shoes, but with 1 hole instead of 3. All right. Can you not grab up the back of my dome, please? This is kind of embarrassing. Let's see. Oh wait, I keep hitting that by accident. Let's see. Hidden. What? Where's your foot? How much of Gokuraku is mechanical? Well, to be fair, his whole torso was basically mechanical, so I guess this does make sense. But gee, hidden tech toe kit. So it's got to be his head. It's got to be his head and like his spine. He's got to be like fully biomechanical now at this point, and maybe like his left arm a little bit. It's like otherwise, like what hidden tech toe kick? Jet bolsters in the soles of his. Yep, there we go. Jet boasters. I was about to go on and say that like that didn't happen. Alright, jet boosters in the soles of his feet for hovering and acceleration. A hidden blade of Cogamite. Ah, okay, cool, go back to that. An ore that stores magical energy in its left leg. Interesting, in his left leg. So he attacks with the right, but the left leg is essentially storage. That's cool. And interesting that he's using Cogamite as a blade. I guess it makes sense because it was the best conduit for his body. But yeah, in a way, these are just literal backshots from Gokuraku. Okay, toe kick. Is this going to take a life, or is he going to be okay? Let's see. No, okay. Interesting. So, well, to be fair, it does make sense, right? Because I believe it was established. Yeah, it was established last chapter that Kizashi still has a heart. So presumably Speedy and all the other clones still do have hearts. So Gokuraku giving him backshots in places. Well, to be fair though, his heart would have to be really low here for that to count. Yeah, because like if anything, you think he'd stab up here. But no, So he gives him a back shot in his lower belly. It's nearly splits him in half, and that's enough to count down a whole life and force him to heal. Let's see. Click. Yo, Gokuraku, dog. What do you not have in these bags? Is he Batman? Is this Tony Stark? But why does he have all this tech on him? In him. Literally in him. Let's see. Binding net. What? A hidden net made of a steel cockmite alloy. Alright, good. Okay, so it's cool that he's mixing the materials. And I guess since that one's not directly built into it, just looks like something on his pouch, he can actually mix the materials without any drawbacks or inability to use them. Alright, let's see. A hidden net made of a steel cockmite alloy. The more the trapped struggle, the tighter it gets. So it's like a Chinese finger trap. I still remember like putting my fingers in one of those and be like, ah! And I was so young when it happened that I couldn't like figure out the relaxing thing. So like they did just have to like and then brute force me off of it. Luckily enough, my fingers were small enough and I was young and immortal enough back in those days that it didn't really hurt that much. Let's see. It's gonna get domed, dog. What is this? What is this? Well, Your Honor, legally speaking, he did get domed, but darn, Gokuraku's just pounding this man's meat live on camera. 24K HD 60 FPS, bro. What? Okay. Bang, bang, bang. Jeez, Thrasher. Yeah, he's just bullying. All right, though, but none of this is counting as a kill, though. He's still at 9. Oh wait, never mind. No, so that did take 2 lives off him. So how many punches took it? It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, so 5. Oh, I just saw the next page, but 5 hits, and that was enough to knock 2 lives off him. Wait. Gokuraku's like, wait. How about you feel the weight of my fist in your jaw, you scum? Let's see. Oh, now. No. Yeah, so he just took him life to life. I thought it was like a countdown, like Gokuraku exploding. No, not like literally exploding, but like doing something crazy. No, he's legit just beating the taste out of Speedy. Fastest my foot, dog. You're getting bullied. Muscles, you better put up a better fight, dog. It looks like your sibling is fried. Deep fried. All right. And you know what, though? I love this aura for Gokuraku. I think, admittedly, even me, myself, and I had kind of forgotten that Gokuraku is, like, legally speaking, a registered criminal monster. like, obviously, he's cool. He's very handsome, too. But he's cool. But he still is, you know... He still is a person of some pretty dark malice and intentions. You can see it in how he's just drawn here. You sure it was like, since he does a fantastic job just showing Gokuraku just clinically life gone. But that's crazy though. So all these punches are seemingly enough to knock a whole life out of a Kizashi clone. So yeah, I don't know. Obviously, I'm assuming the numbers between Pooh and Muscles and what was the little one's name? Teeny? Yeah, Teeny. Like, presumably, they'll learn the lesson a little bit more so they know to jump him. Because otherwise, it seems like they may be fried in the 1v1. Even Muscles. Let's see. Alright. So he then... Wait a second. What? Oh, no. I thought something else. I was reading this. I was like, is this something different? I was thinking of it from Iruma. That's going to jack me up, though. Now that I've read Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun, my brain is going to be like, hey... Does this plot detail or this character design or anything from this link back into that peak? And my brain's all gonna go for it. It's like the same thing when I go to reread Yu Yu Hakusho or reread Hunter x Hunter. I'm constantly looking for the other series in there to some degree. But here, I thought Gokuraku was doing something completely different. No, he punches it one last time. Stop! You were going to literally explode a baby. Speedy, like, and don't get me wrong. I know, there's nothing that will give you a deeper respect for your own life than your own mortality. I'd say usually slow approaching mortality, but in this case, rapidly approaching mortality. I get it. But brother, maybe you shouldn't have opened up with the whole, yeah, you know, baby... in her belly, be ashamed if someone got up in her guts and gave it a welcome present to the afterlife, even though it ain't even... Like, you were loud and proud about that, dog. What you mean stop? This is what you wanted? You didn't set up no safe for it or nothing. He gave you a chance. And now you're deep fried. Golden brown. I could serve you on a plate right this instant, Kizashi. Or Speedy. Let's see. No. That's Michael Lori's handsome, juicy king Gokuraku. Talk to him. Let's see. No. You human haters are all the same. Yeah, actually, it's kind of crazy that already. Because, like, he's ran into 3. But he just joined us last major arc. Like, obviously, he was in last, like, arc. That was, like, a little mini Kamugi arc. But, like, in terms of the last major arc, he just joined up. But he has literally already run into 3. He ran into Bakugami. He ran into Kizashi. He ran into Uras. Like, he does unironically have, like, a 3-for-3 statement. The only one that he can't look down on is, like, anyone who aligns with him. But even then, he looks down on Uro. Or in the sense of, like, he doesn't like him. And I do like that Gokuraku, even though he's been, quote-unquote, redeemed or freed or allowed to work under Ichi, he still clearly does not like many Magics. He's tolerating them because Ichi wants to tolerate and respect them. Outside of that, I'm confident that Gokuraku would be completely different. But let's see. If he didn't have, certain limitations on him. Let's see. You human haters are all the same. You lie. You deceive. You get violent. You look down on us humans and treat us like toys. No. Like we're garbage. And that, you know what that is? I'm sorry, now, get out of me head! Get out of me head! But now, knowing, funnily enough, actually with the latest arc that just wrapped up in Rumakun, this whole plot line, the whole human hitter versus, like, humanity thing, it very much reminds me of, like, the fundamental foundational setup of Irumakun, just in the sense of, like, a human appearing in a world of magic and demons, but also it visually reminds me of how the lesser species of the demon world are treated by the higher species. All the species in the demon world are sentient, except for, obviously, like, real animals. But for the case of the Magics, they're all sentient, too. They could be chill, right? Like, there's no reason Uro has to be running around mass slaughtering people other than the fact that he's bored and he can. There's no reason for Bakugami to be doing the sorrow drain and taking over and destroying an entire nation. It's just because he can. Kizashi is literally the ultimate example of just because he can. He doesn't care. He doesn't have any regard for anything. So, yeah. Gokuraku's right. They are treated like garbage simply because they are quote-unquote weaker or lesser. So I don't blame him for being like, spare you? Stop? Wait, like, and obviously there's the extra context of Ichi just being ruined by one of the world human haters. So yeah, let's just say I understand his violent tendencies just a little bit. Let's see, like we're garbage. Screw that. And why? Yeah, screw that, and why not rebel? Let's see. Huh. Like obviously he's angry here, but he just looks so sad. Like look at his face. He's like, my baby. Let's see. In the end, the one who came out of it hurt was my friend, you fiend! I love that. You know what? He's, like, it's not my favorite archetype, but I do love those characters who are, like, genuinely, maddeningly insane. But they got their homeboy. They got their homegirl, and they're like, yeah, I'm good. We're chill. I love that. It's a very human thing. Where, like, even I think it was like some of the most like top of the line, crazy, definitely like we need to talk about this sometimes. And you sit down and work with them, like levels of like anger or like misplaced feelings, and then at the same time, whenever they're around the right person, in some cases it's like their significant other, in some cases it's just the right friend, then they'll be chill. Gokuraku is definitely like that, where now that you've messed with his friend and you're also still a human hater. Yeah, buddy, you earned yourself a one-way trip to being fried. What is this? Hold on. To me, it's your kind who are garbage. I don't care if people yell at me for going overboard. You hurt my friends. Oh, I love the power of friendship. Man, in China, you know what? I'm going to make a video, just so I can get it on my system. I'm going to make a video on Irumakun, and I think it may funnily, and to be fair, it does have 100 chapters. I think literally almost exactly 100 chapters on Blue Locks. Like, you could say it's an incomplete comparison or an unfair comparison. But I would say Iruma-kun probably has the best cast of any, or like best overall cast in terms of distribution, writing, and all that. Character-wise, the balance of it, all the friendships, like, it works so well in there that I can see how it set them up so well for Ichi the Witch. I can perfectly see the vision here. And admittedly, though, I'm trying to think of a character Gokuraku well, to be fair, he does. I know exactly who Gokuraku reminds me of. Literally down to, like, hold on! Wait a second! Alice! Is that you? Hold on! Like, even down to some of the design details. Wait a second, somebody said, you on Slack! Did you read? I mean, other than, like, they're both royalty. Like, his mom's doing. So, like, there are differences, but now that I'm thinking about it, Alice, I'm getting massive Alice. And what is this? Does he have a cannon in his arm? I thought he said there wasn't a flamethrower. Was he lying? Was there actually? Hold on. Oh, okay. He's just got a. Like, I can't even say he's got a spagooter in his arm. He has a pulse. Iron Man is that you? What? He's so locked into. Look at the view, bro. Look at the focus. Let's see. And I'll beat you, and thrash you, and pummel you, until you're dead. Oh, that's Gokuraku. And I guess he's literally atomized. What about the net, bro? Do you want to reuse that? Do you have an infinite amount of those on standby, dog? Are you literally Batman right now? Hold on, let's see. Dog, that's a flamethrower. He lied. Or like, if it's not a flamethrower, it looks very similar to a flamethrower because of the fire coming off of it. Hidden tech, Agni Cannon. Your Honor, he's literally firing. He's literally using cannon fire, Your Honor. Something's wrong. Arrest this man. What? All right. Golly. I am genuinely a tad concerned. All right. Hidden tech, Agni Cannon. Jeez. And then it just. Yeah. Oh no. That's a massive. I hope. You know what though? I hope he's not burning through his energy too much. Because there are still other... And once again, I mentioned Pooh earlier, when I feel like Pooh's actually going to be, like, the danger that they need to watch out for. Well, I'm glad he got to tweak out and freak out on Speedy. I hope him using, clearly, a lot of energy. I hope this doesn't backfire on him. So far, we haven't really... I'm trying to think. Even with Ichi being very new to Witch in it, I don't think we've had a character run out of, like, magical energy or magical stamina or anything like that. He's using Kagami. So, like, maybe he can't run out. Maybe he is, like, literally an Android 17, Android 18. And apparently Perfect Cell. Apparently Cell also had the Infinite Energy Engine. Could have been hard-pressed to fool me. Like, I wouldn't believe it. But until it was stated by, I think it was in Daijenshu. I think it wasn't Toriyama, it was stated in Daijenshu, which is approved by Toriyama. But, with it being the case, I hope he doesn't burn too fast, because he still has 3 more to fight. And while Speedy was Speedy, he hasn't met the strongest yet, who could possibly rip the net. And obviously Pooh would just slip through the net and then just keep going. And then Teeny seems like he may, if it really is interesting in cute things, he may skip straight over Gokuraku while Muscles is fighting him. And then just go straight for the board and the people on it, because they're cute. But he does also highly value himself. Let's see. Alright! Boom. Ho! Look! Wait, no, that's yeah. Look at Pooh, bro. Why are you? Is he like literally infused into him, dog? I didn't realize that. Let's see. Look! Our brothers exploded the woman! That's a nice idea, isn't it? Let's see. That's our brother! He's fast at his job, too! Ooh. Ooh. I don't know why I'm making him a bird. Maybe we can adopt Pooh. Maybe Pooh will be chill. Maybe Pooh will grow into a new Kizashi. Let's see. I wonder though, how did the whole tentacle end up as Pooh? I don't get how that math works out. And why does Pooh presumably have 10 lives? Let's see. Brother! That was an awesome explosion! Wait. Is that literally Gokuraku? Or farming in the smoke, bro? Gokuraku's gonna hit the Sonic 2 shadow pose. He's gonna be like, I'm posing right now. Let's see. Wait! Big brother! What? Well, not big brother, but brother. Why? Even Pooh. Even Pooh. Look at Pooh. Let's see. Uh-oh. Bro, is brother eating right now? What's he? There's no way. He seemed so quiet and reserved when I met him, so I had to wonder, but nope, he definitely lives up to his name. Well enough, I also do like Squid / Octopus, so me too, Gokuraku. But that's interesting though. So that implies that Kizashi's body, even after you do, well, maybe it's special because these are the tentacles and the main Kizashi body's still alive. But that implies even after you reduce a body to 0, the remnants still remain. Because Gokuraku's currently eating Speedy, bro. Okay. That's fine. Anything for the aura farm, bro. Gokuraku the Brutalizer. Very apt. Very apt. I can't even pretend it's not. Very apt. Alright. I wonder how, like, how does he taste, though? Like, we know Uro apparently tasted bad to Gokuraku, so, like, does he actually taste like octopus? Or squid? What does he taste like? Let's see. Maybe a little more flavor than Uro? A little more, though, so he still doesn't taste good. I'm just, like, that'd be weird. Like, what would eating raw magic taste like? Like, you would think it would just, like, take on the form whatever it's taken on, but, like, maybe it would just taste, like, weird and funny. Maybe it's slightly more pure than Uro because of Kizashi being way more pure than Uro. I don't know. Let's see. Hey, want a bite? Fried octopus? Yeah, fried octopus. I said no! Low-key, I would like instant transmission teleport in there and be like, yeah, sure. And hell yeah, no, I try it. Let's see. He ate our brother! What is up with that human? We thought there was only one male witch! Thanks for the food. It's cinema. I love Gokuraku, dog. Hold on, where'd I put that down, bang? Get right over here. A W chapter. A good return to form for Gokuraku as well, right? Like, because while it hasn't been that long since the Bakugami arc ended, it has been a good chunk, and obviously Gokuraku has kind of just been standing around and ore farming this past arc. So well, not really ore farming, but he's been standing around. He hasn't really been doing all too much. So I'm glad he is getting to play his role. He's able to flex, and he's able to remind us of his current stand, right? Especially with him being a little bit silly with how he decided to engage, where he went and grabbed Ichi's face and was like, okay, bro, you can give them back shot. Like, it's very easy to forget that, yeah, Gokuraku was like a dangerous person, a notorious criminal. His entire nation hated, like he was a real bad man. And I do like that we get to see the real bad man still do real bad man things, but to other real bad people. And I very still love his expressions throughout this chapter, right? Like, notably, I'll give credit to the Kizashi brothers. Obviously, they're not necessarily filler antagonists, but like they do very much fill a Cell Jr. role, except for Pooh. I could see Pooh going crazy, but they do actually fill a Cell Jr.-esque role. But they do have their own unique personalities, which is cool to see. And the thing I want to highlight is Gokuraku's expression, because note how he's consistently angry from the start until the end. He shows up, he's very clearly focused and mad, he has the dark lines over his face. You see here, flat face, even a possible frown. Here, very dark looking, very flat face / angry looking. We can't see his face here, but presumably still flat faced. He's very mad while thrashing. Angrily frowning here, still fully blacked out face, and then he explains why he's so angry. And you can still see, even if the anger is replaced more by like a sadness, he's still mad. And he holds that all the way through until the end. When he's finally happy, he's ate a little bit, and he's like, alright, thanks for the meal. Like it still goes to show that both sides of the character are true. I think that's a good thing, right? Especially for characters of Gokuraku's ilk, where like, 9 out of 10 times, they're just, a silly little guy. Real cool kid. He's just a nice fella. It is good to remind and show off and flex occasionally. Oh, no. Just because he's no longer a boss character. Yeah, he's actually still cracked as all get out, for one. And for two, his brutalizer tendencies, his hatred of, like, none of that's gone away. It's just being tempered. It's just being, like, kept in the back pocket a little bit. It's not on full display. For now. But as we see, when Gokuraku wants to freaking geek a little bit, he'll get to freaking geeking, and I think that's beautiful. But, of course, if you made it all the way through this video, please do me a favor and leave meal for the thanks. for the love of the game, I don't know why. But meal for the thanks in the comment section down below. I want to thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that later notifications so you not miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, you're going to have a picture down below, use for me for as well as $1 a month. Things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You'll also become a member to the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. So those perks include the live reactions to every other series I have to review, ad variations of all my videos, early ad-free access to all my videos, and then on top of that, not just all the videos over here on the main channel, but you get early access and ad-free access to all the videos on the second channel, link in the description down below. That guy with a reaction. I got 45-minute to 2-hour plus long reactions all the way over there. So if you want to run over there and check it out, it would be greatly appreciated. And on top of that, you get your name listed at the end of every single video, regardless of what level of Patreon member you are. But if you're a $3 Patreon member or higher, you get your name listed and read aloud at the end of every single video I produce on both this channel and the other channel. You do get that on top of every other perk you've gotten so far. And then with that being the case, if you also want to check out or yap or do anything with your boy live, I do have that with the controller, my Twitch channel linked in the description down below. Go follow your boy. We are currently silk songing at the time of recording, but we literally just spend time over there chatting extensively. It's a wonderful time. So there's that. And also, if you want to drop 5 minutes to a short video or 20 minutes to a long video for the one time, please go ahead and do so. The link to my co-fi is in the description down below. But now I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is that guy with the pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our sketch tier members: Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Glacier XZ, Zera, Brandon Payne, J2MA, Guillaume, Pura Ura, Enzo, Swift Strike, Cyber Flame Zero, Yuki Ally, Striker Man, Grim, Ollie, The Boy, Corey Watson, Damon Brown, Magic, CCC, Romano Furen, Dino, Heath Nelson, Hector Gonzalez, Black Sage, Tim Thomas, Kaving, Julian Perez, Akolade Babatunde, Union I, RXN, Nevis97, Logan Guzman, Dead Meme, Karudir, Reyna, Christian Carter, Jagoda, Keon Stewart, Donovan McIntosh, Sino King, Hamza Idrisi, BNA DNA, Edwin Igmignoba, Cyan, Straw, Cybersage 12, Athen Shear, Antavius Mitchell, Plant Crone, Azo2404, Kriye Panem, Zapro, Weary Exile, Karina Hernandez, Sheesh King, Window Life, Alex Kenny, Victor Jacobs, Todd, and Dre. Then, let me thank you to Art tier patrons: A+A, Kevin Encarnacion, Sean, Dread Zoen, Midnight Lord 21, Wind Draco, Alyssa Bujanos, and CJ. Then I'd like to thank you to our Ink tier members: King RGX and Shrimpo the 4th Shrimp 06. Then I'd like to thank you to our digital art tier members: J Warrior and AZ Void. Then I'd like to thank you to our colored art tier patrons: Walkie Munoz and Walkie Munoz.